Welcome to the northwest side of the house where the gardens are, and it's the following day, and definitely feels like summer's here. Hopefully to stay. It's 27 today and we got humidity on top of that, so hopefully this is going to continue now. It's definitely supposed to continue in the weekend and get closer to the 30 mark and humid, so I think we're there. We'll see. So this is the Rhododendron Garden. So as I've come to sort of find, I love broadleaf evergreens obviously, and rhododendrons here, if you give them the right soil conditions, are pretty much bulletproof for most of them. It's the soil conditions really and the siting that's key for them. So this rhododendron is from last year, and then I've got some Bergenia and then two other rhododendrons that I picked up in Niagara. So that's what's here. I had a mountain laurel in the middle, which I showed you yesterday, and PJM rhododendron, which was eaten by rabbits. So this way here, these rhododendrons say they get about 6 to 8 feet tall. So what the hope is that this area is just covered in rhododendrons as they get taller. And this area here gets a few hours of sunlight, so that's good, and it gets them in the winter. This is the leather leaf Viburnum that is new last year, but I had one at the old place that got quite tall. Actually, I had to keep cutting it back because it was at about 6 feet, and in the spot it was at, I needed it smaller. So this one here will just be able to get as tall as it wants. It already flowered nicely, and it held most of the leaves throughout the winter because it was not that tough of a winter. So that will remain in the spot. And then, as I did on the front garden, I extended this one a little bit. And here you'll see a Japanese umbrella pine, which I've had in the past and made it through quite a number of winters, and then kind of just started lagging. My thoughts is because it was right next to our bamboo that we had and it was choking it out. So here it'll be able to just kind of do its thing, and it gets a little more sun here, which is good. And I've got some Daphne, I forgot the variety here. And then this is the Southern Magnolia that's followed me since 2010. And you can see that it is alive and it is going to leaf, I believe. So hopefully that rebounds. Like I mentioned in my previous video, it's just been so cool until literally within the past little bit. So now things ought to get going. And then again, forget the name of this, brutal, but it's a zone 6 plant. It should do well here up against the house. There should be a microclimate for it. And then the Daphne, I think I just mentioned that. Not seeing, which is interesting, I'm not seeing a lot of flower buds on it. It did flower in a few spots, but upon closer inspection, I really don't see any flower buds, which is kind of interesting. So time will tell if that's going to flower. And then another leather leaf Mahonia. And this thing, ginger lily maybe or something. It's a zone 6 evergreen. And it should do well up against those. Needle palm from Gary Holler in North Carolina. Brought that back from North Carolina. Haven't decided how I'm going to protect it. And then my boxwood tree that I've had for a while. A new Yucca filamentosa. This was actually Blue Mar or something, I feel like it was labeled. It looks like a filamentosa. It's pretty like pointy. The leaves aren't very floppy like filamentosa are, but I don't know. And then the trachea that I've had in my front yard, my old place and this place now. And it, unlike the other trachea, is on frond number 3. So it is looking really good. It's looking really green. It's growing really nicely. It didn't flower, took the year off, probably from the transplant, which is good. I love the way this looks at the house. So hopefully it should put out a good 5 to 10 fronds.